how do you rank a Sonic character? I mean, like, fuck, there's hundreds of characters with hundreds of ways that you can rank them. What abilities do they have? What's their personality like? What's the specific hexadecimal color of their fur? Or maybe just how flat out cool they are. Certain character traits over others is what makes them our favorite character over other characters. You know, just like real humans. But definitively, the best way to rank them is what everyone cares the most about: size. Now personally, I'm a believer that it doesn't matter, but today specifically, I will be doing what no one else wants to do, and I'm going to rank Sonic characters based on their girth of their hands. The size of their hands. What did you think I was going to be talking about this whole time? Yep, this is an April Fool's joke that I turned into an actual video for some reason. So I pulled up someone's pre-existing tier maker of just a bunch of Sonic characters, some of which I don't even know, like, who is this guy? Now, you might be wondering, why didn't I just rank these characters by their feet? I mean, look at how ginormous this character's feet are. Because, like, you know what they say, big feet equals, a great personality. Well, truth be told, I'm pretty sure I didn't have ranking Sonic characters' feet on my bucket list for my entire life, and it surely isn't happening today. First of all, let's rename our tiers. F tier is gonna be, I don't know who you are. I can spell, as you guys can see. Let's make D tier, tiny ass hands. C tier will be decent grip? I hate myself for saying that. What are good characteristics about hands? Girthy veins? I'm getting canceled. Dem fingers can reach everywhere? What am I feel like I'm high. And then S tier obviously will be easy choke capability. So modern Sonic, the thing about like almost every Sonic character is like they already have like way bigger proportioned hands and feet compared to like the rest of their body. But in terms of Sonic's universe, his hands are like the same size as his head. So that's at least a decent grip, right? What am I doing? This is a serious matter. Yeah, let's just keep him in decent grip as well as classic Sonic, because it's still Sonic. Eggman and classic Eggman, they got some big old hands. I think, personally, not only does Eggman have big hands, but he's got long arms. So honestly, them fingers can reach everywhere, dude. Tails and classic Tails, I think Tails has some small hands. He can hold wrenches and stuff like that, and wrenches, I don't know how big those wrenches are in comparison to like human wrenches, but Tails has to have a decent grip to be a mechanic, right? Like, I feel like that's pretty good logic. I guess I'm putting both Tails's in decent grip just for the fact alone that you gotta have decent grip to be a mechanic. Metal Sonic and Classic Metal Sonic, I didn't realize this, I might need an extra tier. Let's add a row above this one. Ew, robot hands. I feel like that applies pretty well, because like, who wants the grippy grip from like a robot hand? If you're getting a robot hand just like clawed onto you like that, then that's gonna hurt. Like, they're piercing their robot fingers like through your skin at that point. Here's the thing, modern Amy I think has decent grip, but classic Amy got tiny ass hands. Like, okay, I know that may be controversial, but like, hear me out. Typically males have larger hands than females, typically, but not all the time. So what was this whole point of me searching that up? Now Knuckles, my guy, he's got some girth. Like, okay, I am not accounting for what's underneath their gloves, because frankly I don't want to know what's under there. I'm looking at Knuckles' hand with his glove just as it is, and personally, regardless of what Knuckles' hand actually is underneath the gloves, they're big gloves, so he's got to have a big hand to compensate for it. Plus he fights really good, so like, I don't think Knuckles' fingers can reach me anywhere, because like, he don't got much fingers going on. He's got to have a girthy, veiny hands if he's going to be fighting and punching like super frequently. Like, come on now. I'm judging Mighty based on like classic Knuckles being similar to classic Mighty. We don't really have a modern Mighty, but Mighty is like just as strong as Knuckles, so he's got to have some sort of girthy veins as well. Ray, on the other hand, I would say decent grip. I mean, he's got the flying capability, so his hands just like, he can T-pose on you, like for fun. There's nothing really special going on with Ray's hands besides, you know, being able to fly and control his air, which I would say you would need at least a decent grip to be able to let the wind flow with your hands like that. I don't know why I keep on doing this, but like Fang the Sniper or Fang the Hunter or Knack the Weasel, honestly, he holds his little pop gun, but aside from that, he's got tiny hands. Like, Vector's got big hands. Honestly, modern Vector, easy choke capability. Like, he can grab you, like, and like slam you down, like pile drive and stuff like that. Obviously, we wouldn't do it because he's just a nice guy like that. Even look at the render right here. Look at how Vector's crossing his hands, and his hands just can't even fit that well. Like, his hands take up most of the crossing capability. You can say the same about every Sonic character that crosses their arms, like modern Sonic, like going supersonic in Frontiers. Espio, on the other hand, he's pretty slippery for a ninja. Decent grip, I would say, over Mighty and Amy. Here's the thing that I didn't consider. Modern Espio, he's going in decent grip, but classic Espio from Knuckles Chaotix, he's holding on to the ring. Like, you know, I've never played Knuckles Chaotix, but like the ring mechanic of having the two characters hold on to it and they're getting dragged around across the screen, that takes a lot of grip to be able to hold on to the ring and not let go. It's at least above average, above decent, and it's got some girthy veins because of doing that. Classic Mighty has the same sort of grip capability, but still going in decent grip because he's a bee that's really tiny. Like, he got small hands. So Mighty, I just realized I called Mighty Charmy. So clearly I'm a fake fan. Let's run that back. Let's circle that out. It's going in tiny ass hands because, I mean, look at it. It's literally the same size as classic Amy. And no, we're not going to look at the fact that the image scaling is smaller for modern Charmy. So I'm literally having such a hard time remembering Charmy's name. But we do have Tails doll, which we need another category now. No hands, lol. So unfortunately, Tails doll is a doll and doesn't have any hands, just like a little puff ball limb. Metal Knuckles? Metal Knuckles has giant ass robot hands, which, okay, these hands are undoubtedly bigger, so like they can, well, if I can't speak. If Metal Knuckles were to choke me, those spikes are just like cutting through my neck, and that's painful. The Egg Robos, they're robots, but their gloves are like actual gloves. Like, they probably got robot hands underneath it, but their gloves are actual gloves. So I guess that's a fair worthy debate. Doesn't really change anything for me, honestly. Okay, Bean the Dynamite. So he's at least got decent grip, I would say, because like he can throw his bombs to a pretty far distance, but aside from that, I don't think he's got much else going for him. Like, he's got the arm strength to throw the bombs, but aside from that, what else can he really do with the hand motion? No, you're staying below, Ray. Bark the polar bear, on the other hand, he's a big dude, so he's definitely got some girthy veins. Like, he can pound the ground in Sonic Mania to make all the stuff fall, and that's gotta hurt. Like, pounding it like that, okay, well, that's kind of weird. But how can I say this without making like my clips go really bad out of context? Okay, Honey the Cat, someone who has been in only one Sonic game, Sonic the Fighters. I've never played Sonic the Fighters. I don't know what her hands look like in that game when you're punching, but since you are punching and fighting, you're definitely going above Charmy and maybe above Fang. Now, Chaos Zero specifically, he's got the easy choke capability. Chaos Zero can literally do it all, now that I think about it, because like his hands can literally expand, not only reaching everywhere, but like he could, you know those doctor's office things where like wraps around your arm and goes like shh? He can literally do that, but like for every part of your body. And without making this video even more age restricted as possible by mentioning certain types of animation, then yeah, Chaos can literally do it all. Unfortunately for Gamma, though, you got gross-ass robot hands. In fact, one of them isn't even a hand, it's a gun. Now, we have Tikal in the list. Honestly, I think she has a decent grip because I'm looking at this artwork specifically, and her hand is big enough to hold on to one dread from her hair. I know what I'm talking about here. You gotta believe me. I'm a Sonic expert. So here's the most controversial topic of the day. Froggy. We might have to do the disrespect to Froggy and put him in no hands lol. Actually, let us consult the internet. Usually have 4-fingered hands. Ooh, that does look like a hand. They're kind of true. This artwork doesn't do it justice, but Froggy is a frog. And does in fact have hands as flippers. The thing is though, they're pretty tiny because he's a frog. Who would have thought? Okay, we made it to the boy. All hail Shadow. He's literally got the same hand structure as Sonic, so I don't know what to tell you. Because I'm in a bit of a dilemma here, because obviously I would want to put Rouge at the top. No, I'm kidding. The glove is bigger, so I guess that confirms. My brain is rotting, and we've only just begun. Now, Maria Robotnik, I don't think I need to explain that she got tiny ass hands. Unfortunately, she doesn't have them anymore because she's dead. Gerald Robotnik, on the other hand, well, first of all, I can't even see his hands. They're behind his back right now, and usually they're behind him when he's sitting in that chair, all looking all like they're insane. But if we're looking at it officially, he never shows his hands. I'm inclined to believe that you got no hands, lol. And that goes double for the Chow. Like, they actually don't have hands. They got little nubs. Black Doom. Okay, ew. He's got huge grippers, but they're really wrinkly, and I don't like that. But unfortunately, they're huge, and by my rules, which I came up with and can change at any time. Ew, his fingers can reach anywhere, but ew. Who is this guy? Again, they're either an SA2 or Shadow the Hedgehog, but I literally don't remember. Is this the president? I can't see. It's so tiny. Okay, yes, this is in fact the president. His height is like doubled Sonic's height, right? I don't really know exactly where that means in sort of hands, but he's the president, and from my outside sources, I've been told that if you need to be president of the United States, you need to have girthy veins, so I can only assume that's he's got at least some sort of girth. Omega, if you had actual hands, then you'd be going straight to the top, but unfortunately you got gross robot hands, and they're really cold and metallic, and honestly, I don't really want that on my my Saturday nights. So Silver the Hedgehog, I'm pretty sure Silver is literally the same hands as Sonic and Shadow, and I'm pretty sure that goes double for Blaze. Again, unfortunately, we'll love to put her at the top, but Princess Elise, she's like a tall human. I don't exactly know if that constitutes to being... What am I talking about? Oh my god. Just like my reasonings with the Mr. President, the Mr. President. So my theory is that taller than Sonic means you gotta have bigger hands potentially, though I'm being told by my outside sources again that if you need to be a princess of Soliana, you have to have the most tiniest of baby hands, so I'm sorry. Mephiles the Dark, though, he's at least got some bigger hands than the main cast. I'm very glad that his fingers can't reach anywhere because he's also got some really crusty fingers and even rocky potentially. Cream the Rabbit, you literally got... Actually, does she have tiny hands? I mean, she's younger than Tails, but does that constitute in hand size? Honestly, judging by the picture alone, she got some big hands. Dare I say bigger than Amy. Vanilla, I'm just gonna put you at the top, just for the memes. Because, okay, no, think about it rationally. But like, if I put Cream over here, like I said, the age doesn't exactly matter in terms of your hand size, as we can see. But Vanilla is basically Cream, but older. Like, she's the mother of Cream. If Cream over here has these big of hands as a child, then Vanilla systematically has to go at the top. I don't make up the rules, except for the fact that I did. Chip or Light Gaia, I mean, you can see it right there. I mean, Chip has the tiniest hands. But Professor Pickle, on the other hand, he's gotta have decent grip. He's got that library of his with a bunch of books in there. I can only assume that he painstakingly put all those books in there. And so to make those shelves look good, you gotta have some decent grip from all that book lifting strength. So you're above Classic Charmy. For some reason, Sally Acorns is here. So, but her hands are also pretty big, so I think we're putting her with Tikal. Orbot and Cubot, haha, funny meme, you are gross. Yacker the Wisp, you got no hands actually. Zavik unfortunately has to go right at the top. Like, you can see how huge those hands are, and good thing we weren't doing a feet ranking because he's got tiny little flippers, but his hands and those nails, ew. But I need to stay true to my rules that I never break. Zaz, on the other hand, Zaz also gets some points deducted because I don't like him, so he's going there. He looks like he's about to attack Sally. Zamom, I can only assume he's also got at least some sort of girth in the same range as Bark, but I do know Zamam does do some smashing every now and then. Pause. I literally don't remember your name. Master Shifu, you got tiny ass hands. Sorry, buddy. Xena, going to the top. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that down bad for fictional characters. I do know that Fidel is, though. I did not mean to call you out like that. I don't know why I did. I'm really losing my mind right now. Xena has to have some sort of decent grip. I mean, she did get roasted by Sonic in that one cutscene.
But what I meant to say is, I'm so sorry that you have nothing more important to do in life.
Which doesn't really hold any bearing. I don't know why I brought it up. It's just funny. I can only imagine Xena has a decent grip, as well as I forget your name, but you're the emo one. My guy Infinite, I think he also has to have at least some sort of girthy veins, just like in the same vein. I did not realize I made a pun there. But in the same manner as Mephiles. Custom Avatar, on the other hand, has to be, again, in the same boat as the main cast. And I can only assume that goes double for lore-accurate Barry. Now, as for Trip, this render does make Trip look like she has big hands. In the same vein as classic Amy, but I think slightly bigger, so yeah. Decent grip, at least for Trip. Grip, Trip, I just realized that rhymes. I'm losing my mind, if you couldn't have told already. Both Marine would be in the same category as I think Tikal and Sally, and I think that goes the same for Styx, though Styx is always outside in the wild swinging off of trees and stuff like that, so she's got to have at least a bit more decent grip. Like, so you're going right above SBO, the ninja out of all people. We're now getting into the IDW characters, which most of them I don't know who you are. So here's the thing about Tangle, her hands are basically the same again as the main cast, but her tail could be used as a hand too. That tail could like wrap around you and turn to like a fist. That has to bump it up at least 1 tier, but for me 2 tiers. Like, as for Whisper, she's basically a custom avatar as well, right? So I mean, same boat. I don't know who this person is. I think this person's name is Dr. Quacks? Dr. Starline. I was far off. Wow, you're a part of the main cast. So you're going right above Tikal. I don't know you, but you look like in the same vein as Bark and Zamam, so I guess it's only fair that I put you with them. Surge, the Tenrec. Unfortunately, nothing to report about Surge. She's also part of the same-ish looking cast. So Surge will go right above Barry. I don't know exactly who you are. It's like Metal Sonic 3.0 or Emerald. Gemerald. Huge difference. I can only assume it's a huge difference. Either way, I don't know why I was going through all that when he got robot hands. Ew. Is this person's name Kit? The companion to Surge, but either way, you're still going with the main cast. Dodonpa? I'm gonna put you right under Rouge. Now, the Babylon Rogues. Jet has decent sized hands. He's gotta be at least the same as Sonic, but I think maybe slightly more since you're always carrying the board around. Wave right underneath, but Storm got those bigger hands. Like, he's got that girth, and I don't think his arms are a little long with big hands, so he's kind of in the same boat as Dr. Eggman. So you're going under Tangle in that case, because I think that if he tried really hard enough, which he doesn't, but if he did try, then his fingers can reach anywhere. Chris? What are you doing on this list? Sage, unfortunately, you also have really tiny hands. Only accurate that your hands are bigger than Froggy's, even though Froggy here looks huge. I'm pretty sure Eraser Jin is pretty huge. If we're talking about Eraser Jin at his normal size, then he's probably got some sort of girthy veins, but Eraser Jin at his like max like hugest form has the biggest hands. So, but I could say the same thing about Chaos if you upgrade to his biggest form. So I guess you're just getting some generic girthy veins above Mephiles, I would say. The Black Knight. I don't know if the Black Knight has an actual name besides that, but I'm gonna put you in the same boat except under Infinite, cause you're funny like that. As for Shara, she's in the same boat as Trip, because it doesn't look like she has tiny hands. So I would say decent grip, right? And that goes the same for Merlina. Heavy and Bomb, just like I said before, they're in Knuckles Chaotix, and they need at least decent grip to hold onto the rings, but unfortunately your funny meme lol gross robot hands. And that applies for Mecha Sonic, Heavy King, Heavy Magician, Heavy Shinobi, Heavy Rider, and Heavy Gunner. So, sorry about that, guys. Who are you all? Lyric? So, Lyric, you are organic, you are an actual snake, but you got funny little gross robot hands, lol! I don't know who this is. Luckily, I didn't plan this. It just so happened that Big was at the last end of the list, so, you would think that Big has the biggest hands, right? He doesn't. It's just only above Eggman, but under Zavik. And there we have it. We have the definitive tier list of ranking every Sonic character based on the girth of their hands, with easy choke capability number 1 being vanilla for obvious reasons, and the tiniest hands without the exceptions of robot hands, no hands, or I don't know who you are. The tiniest one being Chris's hands, which sounds about lore accurate. Wait, no, lore accurate, it should be Froggy. Get owned, Froggy. You weren't escaping that. I really just spent like an hour doing this, huh? This is the worst April Fool's video I've ever made.